Well, here we go. First podcast, the Vulcan. I'm Gabe Triplett. We got Andy Roth here.
That's right, Andy Roth. We're here with Mike Newcomb.
Hello, fellas.
Longtime legend here in Central Oregon. Yeah, sick.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. What?
This is exciting. This is the best setup ever, sitting on a ramp.
Yeah.
I already feel it.
It's nice, huh?
With my skateboard friends.
Yeah.
You're welcome to take a run if you want.
Talking about snowboarding.
That's right.
Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before you came here, kind of where you're originally from, whatever you think's pertinent, and then to your journey here and like when you came here, how long ago, and how.
Sure. Well, I was born in Concord, California. So it's not a very nice place anymore.
Yeah.
And it was just okay when I was there. But I grew up skateboarding.
And that's NorCal?
Northern California. And then in high school, I met some people there and started skating with them. And then one of my friends, Isaac Nicholson, was the person that brought me up here. So it was skateboarding, skating pools, skating Benicia, whatever, Oakland Hill, fire pools. That might have been after. But
and how old were you when you at that point?
Well,
or when you moved here?
Yeah, I was around 18 or something like that, and then started a little bit before that. But my friend showed me photos, and his mom lived in Ashland, and then he used to ride Mount Ashland every once. I used to come up, and he knew Peter Butch, and then he would show me photos. All his friends, they were doing hand plants and all this cool stuff, and I just started, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm moving up there. You want to go?" And at that point, I wanted to move away. Like I'm not a suburb person or a city person. Like, I can't. It's not me.
Was the first place you snowboarded Mount Ashland?
No, Boreal.
Boreal. Okay.
That was
Jurassic Park.
No, that predated that
Okay,
actually.
Yeah.
And I was looking for that photo. I have the very first day I snowboarded. I tried an air. And I'm like about a foot off the ground. It's pretty stupid, dude.
Yeah.
But no. So I started.
Actually, sorry. I'm curious. What did you skate? Like, were you a street skater? Were you a transition skater? What when you were younger?
Transition skater. But we skated everything: pools, ditches, mini ramps, curbs, banks, whatever we could get our hands on.
Yep.
I did a little bit of street skating, but I was always terrified of rails, so I didn't really, I didn't want to get hurt. Did a couple stair sets in my day, kick flipped a couple things, but mainly it was just transition stuff.
Half pipes.
Yeah, half pipes, and then he showed me photos, and then wait, let me back up a little bit. So first, I started snowboarding, and then they turned me onto that, and then I went to Boreal, then I went to Homewood, and I went to Sugar Bowl, Donner, all those old school spots, and then had one season under my belt, and I fell in love with it. And then my friend showed me the photos, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna move up there. You want to go?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, sign me up.
Let's go."
Yeah, so I came out when I was 19, moved to Regency. Up at a college, the dorm rooms.
Oh yeah.
Where you have a shared kitchen.
Yep.
And then there's like 4 rooms off of it,
and
you put your food in there, and then somebody from the other room takes your cheese and eats it. No bed. Like I had a sleeping bag and I had a snowboard, and maybe a little weed. I was trying to just make money. I had money saved, but
Did you get a job?
No.
Just snow shred.
Yeah, I bought a pass for $360 from.
My, how things have changed.
Yeah, it was right by Powder House, is where the corporate office used to be.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, okay, I need to get my pass. So I came up in August, got settled, and they're like, yeah, go down there. And then someone's like, yeah, just tell them you're a student at COCC and they'll give you a discount. And I was like, and they're like, you need a student ID, but just tell them you left it at home. So that's what I did. I went in there,
Slick.
And the lady was so nice too. I still feel guilty about it, but I went out and I was just like, I'm a student. And she says, where's your ID? And I said, well, I left it at home. And then she was like, well, normally I don't do this, but yeah,
I trust you.
I trust you. Yeah. So I got my pass for that much, and then I rode 90 days my first season here,
Nice.
and then it was on after that.
Yeah. And sick. What kind of boards were you riding back then?
That would be, I started off on a Sims. I want to say all terrain. It wasn't the half pipe. It wasn't the switchblade. I want to say all terrain board, something like that. It's like a 163 or something like that.
The ATV, Sims ATV.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, so I had.
Who were the guys here, or who were the shredders at that point when you moved here? Who was like the first, like the guy that got on your radar? Like that's the guy.
Well, the very first person I want to say Drew West.
Yeah.
Like he was like
the first professional snowboarder.
He was
Oregon.
He was the Sean Palmer of Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
Sick.
Like attitude, with fucking I'm the shit.
Yeah.
but he could back it up too. Like he had a sick.
He's a good rider.
He's the one. Actually, Drew inspired me to do my methods like him. Like I saw him do one on red chair after I went. And I like flailed and fell, and then he was coming down, and he had his bull goggles that were super spandy. He had his white vest on.
Yeah.
Probably wearing shit that he shouldn't have wore because it was cold out, but he looked cool. And he came down and blasted a huge method, and I saw it, and I was like, fuck. I'm like, I want to do one like that. And then after that is when I started working on that.
Is that the same method to this day? Have you changed it at all?
I have changed it.
Yeah.
I used to grab on the nose when I started off, and actually I want to start doing that again because you can kick your leg out further.
Yeah.
But then slowly my hand has moved back between my
Northwest
legs.
method.
I can still tweak them out, but it's just a little bit different looking. But yeah, he was the one that inspired me, and then JD as well, JD Platt.
Yeah.
So they were the two big dogs up here, from what I remember. Sean Dillard too. Shout out to Sean Dillard. Yeah, he was killing it up here too. Racing, but he could also blast airs. Him and Jameson, and then the rest of the people that were up here flicking off the cornice like long before I got up here.
But you're keeping that tradition alive, though.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah. Jumping off the top.
I have no plans of stopping.
and
So
we didn't mention that you're 52,
53.
53.
Yeah.
God, getting up there. Still sending it.
Gives me hope.
Yeah, it gets a lot of people hope.
Yeah.
I think.
There you go.
He's holding it down right now at Mount Bachelor. Is kind of for the shredding old dude. I think, right? I mean, after Peter left.
I would say, well, I have a couple years on Peter.
Oh, you do?
And then a lot of the older crew that I still see up here.
They're not really.
I got about 5 years on them.
Yeah. I mean, who else?
And then they showed up.
Anybody else that's jumping and like really jumping off stuff in their solidly in their 50s? I mean, like, who else?
No one.
Yes, we're all catching up though. All the late 40s are going to be there soon.
Give them another like 2 years, and then they'll be 50 and jumping off of it. Like Alistair still will send it off of there. I know a lot. Some people have stopped, whatever. But
like
JD, yeah. I don't remember ever hitting JMO with JD, but I remember segueing and you were asking me about memories and stuff earlier about going up, and I don't remember all of it. Maybe JD knows. Maybe you can get him on here one day.
Yeah.
But we went up Summit, and I don't remember if they just used to do early ups because they used to do cool stuff like that before Powder Corp took it over and wrecked it.
Yeah.
We would say that for later in the convo, but we might get there.
Yeah. But anyways, we got on the chair at like 8 o'clock in the morning and rolled up Summit and got off, and it was Alpenglow. And you never get Alpenglow while you're riding up there unless you're hiking. So we got off, and then we're just like, oh shit, dude. And all the snow was orange and purple. Like it was just like sherbet.
Whoa.
And you would just like, I was just like, I remember staring at the snow when I was going down doing turns going, whoa, this is like, I wish I was on mushrooms or something right now. Like it would have been super, like trippy, dude. Like it was like, otherworldly conditions. And we went down Cow's Face and we were blasting off quarter pipes.
You and JD.
Yeah, me and JD.
And this is like 30 odd years ago.
Yeah, so
90 something.
Yeah, 30 something years ago.
And you still have this. That's how vivid the memory is.
Oh yeah,
you must have,
that was the only time it's ever happened. I've never gotten it since. That was like a one-off day. And then I remember just going down and just being like, "Holy shit, dude! Did we just get that?" Like, and then that was it. And then the sun came up, boom, and it's gone. You know,
Wow.
it's like a rainbow that appears and like
special-
shines a light on it.
Yeah.
Special
And it's just not. It's just something that I don't know. I'm sure other people have gotten it too, but I don't remember getting it since then. It was like,
What were the chairlifts back then? You had Rainbow starting over there,
yeah,
furthest east.
yeah.
But was there a Sunrise?
Yes, there was a Sunrise when I first came here. There was a couple chairlifts that were shut down. I want to say the Black Lift that was right next to. I mean, and if I get the color wrong, just because I just don't know, but I want to say the Black Lift, which is right next to the Skyliner chair, and it was still there.
Yeah.
The ramp and everything, but everything else was dismantled. And then the Whip Shack, which I don't remember
Was
what
it
color.
like old Outback?
Yeah, it was yeah. So
Was
it
it
was
green?
It was something like that.
Yeah.
And that's where we used to go under the ramp.
Oh, yeah.
You get off, we go under there, and we would like smoke and
Oh
drink.
yeah. That's where I met Peter Butch.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people met.
Honestly, that might have been where I met you first. Is under the Wit Shack back in the day.
You might have. Yeah,
I think it was.
The ski patrol used to try and catch us in there, dude.
They
Drinking.
can't catch us.
No, they never can. They think they can.
They might after this podcast.
Yeah, huh?
Well, this is getting good. We got all kinds of great photos up here. I think we left off. We were talking about Outback chair.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when they tore that down?
No. I just remember riding it.
The old one, the green.
No, I don't remember that.
And then Wit Shack.
Wait, you're talking about the Wit Shack one. No,
Yeah.
that was dismantled right before I got here.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
But you do remember Northwest.
I do remember Northwest and being out there, I want to say the first day it opened.
Yeah.
Best
Oh.
chair ever.
Best chair ever. All the best terrains out there.
Yeah.
That's and then as things got going, things started getting named. Like, let's just say Zimmerman's. What a great jump. And I think what we have right here is, and I'll just pull this out, but on the way to Northwest, these days you hit this jump called Zimmerman's.
Yeah, that was going too, like that was accessible right when I first came up here.
Beautiful.
And I have a good story about that actually. So I've seen my friend Isaac crash at the bottom of it, and then my friend Killian Adair, who's not around anymore, he used to have the best method here on the mountain. He was a sicko. He could do huge backflips, but he'd ride a Burton board. He'd ride the Craig Kelly Air.
Yeah.
And he came over and he did a big method. And Isaac was just getting up and he was facing downhill and he's pushing up with his hands and he just ran him over.
Yeah.
Knocked him silly.
Whoa.
It took like an hour. We had to send him to the lodge because he wasn't making any sense. He didn't know where he was, but that was a crazy day.
So Outback kind of was developed, all those lines, and Northwest wasn't even out there.
Northwest was not out there, no.
So what did you guys have to do to go access that terrain?
Good question.
That was only from Summit. And you'd have to go Summit, and then you'd have to hike over the top, towards the top, and then just drop in towards the Serengeti that way.
Okay.
To get to Walla Voodoo and to get to Northwest terrain.
Okay.
And then you couldn't hit the Northwest terrain down
low
very far at all. You would have to cut over.
It's
pretty much, you got there and get Walla Voodoo, pretty much, and that was the thing. We got there and we'd shovel a hit in it, and then you'd have to cut all the way back.
Yeah.
To Outback to get out.
So I want to know what was it like when all of a sudden you had access when Northwest was put in? You had access to all that, like legit access.
It was
like,
a frenzy.
Was there anybody who like had hiked it and knew the terrain well, or did you guys?
Yeah.
Was it all exploratory?
I would say that I didn't know personally people that were hiking it, but I'm sure there was. Right.
But for you guys, it was just like, like you're walking on the face of the moon.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like open the door and the light hits you in the face, dude. Like, there's a ton of shit out there. A lot of good stuff.
Starting in 96 is basically when, or 95, 96 is when Northwest showed up.
Yeah.
And then, so if you were able to traverse from Outback, you'd be able to hit some of those things close to under the chairlift, but then you're automatically coming
like
back
you
pretty
couldn't
quick.
You couldn't get Gapzilla.
Yeah.
You couldn't get Proverbs. You couldn't get the tree hit 1 in, 2 in.
Oh,
Back then too, like I hadn't seen him form in a long time. The field goal that was way out.
yeah.
That was a big kicker between
Oh, yeah.
the trees.
I love that jump.
And the trees might even grew and like blocked it. I don't know, but like there was so much stuff out there, and it's just a great place.
So when Northwest opened, I imagine either you came from Pine and you rode down there, you hit Zimmerman's, and then right after Zimmerman's, you go towards Hidden Valley.
Hidden Valley.
Yeah.
That's a line. Yeah.
That
Both those jumps are worthy, and like you always go over there, right? Try and
immediate.
And then Hidden Valley is always like a big booter, flicks you straight up, and it's fun.
I always remember your McTwists.
Yeah, I got a couple off of there over the years. Yeah, a couple, but not in a long time. I haven't.
That's this year.
I used to do them off everything, dude. Like I thought I had it dialed, but it's one of those things too. It's like if you don't do it all the time, you kind of lose rotation a little bit. And I haven't done one in a few years, but I want to get it going again.
Yeah,
so
I'm with you. Let's go.
Yeah,
I got to do one. Yeah. So then I was fourth chair on Cloud Chaser when they opened that. When you got, let's just say, like, where were you on the opening day of Northwest?
Oh, I don't remember the details of it, but I remember going out there.
Yeah,
and I was riding with Peter.
Okay,
I want to say
the Whitware crew.
Yeah,
that's the strongest crew to be with.
Yeah, I want to say Alistair was in there, and then Rio, maybe Ruben Valdivia in there.
Okay.
How was the hype? Like how stoked were everybody to finally have a lift back there?
Yeah. I mean, shit.
How long did you guys? I mean, were they talking about it for a while before that happened?
No. I mean, everybody knew it was going to open. It was going to open a bunch of stuff, but then.
Well, I just mean like, was Bachelor talking about it for years? Like, oh, we're going to do a lift. We're going to do a lift. We're going to put a chair back there.
I don't recall the details on that actually.
It's a big deal to me. I'd be stoked.
Oh, I'd be freaking out.
It's
Even now when they open it,
well,
I'm like ready to go. There's still so much back there that is unnamed and uncharted, especially like the West Bowls.
Yeah.
Not the West Bowls up top, but like going even like out there, like traversing out.
Yeah.
You can get lost.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's like, I've hit things out there and never hit it twice.
Oh,
out
sure.
in the woods.
Yeah.
You know. What's the jump that's under the chair? Is it that's field goal, right? The main one that's like under the chair.
Oh, hero hit.
Hero hit. That's the one.
The one that drops off.
Yes. Yeah. And you jump over the little tree right
there.
Yeah,
it has that stump on the right.
Mm-hmm. That tree's getting bigger.
Yeah.
You got. Yeah. I've only hit that jump twice because kind of under the chairlift.
Yeah, and then notable fun thing to ride out there too that's gone now is Logzilla.
Logzilla.
Yeah, rest in peace.
It
fell over.
Oh,
so
God.
You're not
I
going to
never hit it.
Yeah, it's like a I want to say like 30-foot old growth ponderosa tree that broke off.
Yeah.
And it had like I want to say 10, 12-foot drop off the end. It was super wide though.
Yeah.
It was stable. We get snow on it, but it was the biggest log ride out there. And I remember hitting it for probably like 3-4 seasons in a row, and I could get to it every time. But then I lost it at some point, and I couldn't find it.
Isn't that crazy how that works at Bachelor?
I wanted to I wish I had GPS or I could tag it some way.
Geotag.
Yeah. And I would always run into the same skier kid. I forget his name, but he ripped, and he would do stuff off the end. Every time I got there, it was only him and I, and we'd hit it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, and then I would see him like the next session on it. But that one fell over, and I went out looking for it last year, and I found it, and it was it definitely tipped over, and that kid told me about it. Yeah, so rest in peace, Logzilla. No longer there.
What is your favorite jump at Bachelor?
Good question.
Like all of them. Like I know JMO jump.
We'll probably talk about that.
Yeah,
as well.
That's like a rite of passage.
Yeah, I would say just jump wise, I would say probably Hidden Valley.
Hidden Valley.
I like that one a lot.
Huh.
I
love that jump too.
I've gotten a lot of stuff off it over the
Yeah.
years, and like been stoked. I just remember a lot of stoke coming off of that
Yeah.
one. Just and then seeing a lot of stuff go down
Yeah.
off that. A lot of people hucking off it.
Oh yeah.
It's real poppy.
Oh yeah.
So I would say that one.
Yeah. It's probably one of my favorite jumps as well.
Do you have a safety grab? What's your safety grab method? Melon?
Any kind of backside grab. Melon.
Yeah.
Melon's a safety grab
Yeah.
for sure. I do that off of JMO if I don't feel comfortable in there.
I see that.
Reach for that one.
Yeah.
But you know.
What about you, Gabe?
Oh, definitely Indy.
I'm Indy as well.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's right
Yeah.
right there. Even when I don't want to do an Indy, it's
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, that's good.
What about the park? Both park hits and steel. You ever been a park dog?
Yeah, I used to ride
Half
it
pipe.
quite a bit. Yeah, half pipe I still love, and
Yep.
I still like to do it. I actually feel more comfortable in the pipe now than I did way back. Like I just feel good in it, and I can't ride the small pipes anymore. The one they have on Skyliner,
I love that pipe.
or off Cliffhanger,
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
11-footer.
Yeah.
I tried to ride it last year. I couldn't do it. Transitions
Too
were
backed off.
Yeah, it wasn't big enough. I'm like,
Wow.
I felt I kept popping to the flat. So I'm like, I got used to the bigger half pipes.
I've seen you send in the
Mhm.
bigger pipe.
But
for
I
sure.
don't know. I feel more comfortable in that one now.
Oh yeah.
Sick. Well, if you had to name three of the most legendary locals, snowboard locals over time, they could be like the legendary because they were here first, or they could just be just because they ripped.
There's so many.
Maybe we should do 5.
Can I name like
five,
yeah?
five,
How about a dozen?
Okay, let's just spit them out.
Yeah.
That's how Bachelor is.
Who
Okay.
is like? I'd like to know because I consider you one of the big time Jedi's at
Oh,
Mount
thank you.
Bachelor
Thank
current. But like, out of all the years, who leads the Jedi Council?
Oh my god, dude, I don't know. It
That's a big
depends.
one.
There's so many different generations of
Yeah.
good riders there.
Mm-hmm.
This mountain just breeds them.
Yeah, it
I
does.
don't know. Like it's crazy.
Okay, let's go like this. Pre-95,
Pre 95.
name a guy or two.
Oh,
Like
that
right
would,
when you got here.
oh
Around.
that. So I would. Peter Butch is on top of the list on, across the board
Oh yeah.
for sure. And he was here before that.
Mm-hmm.
JD Platt,
You mentioned Drew.
Drew West
Yep.
for sure. Chris Jameson.
James.
Chris
Oh yeah,
Jameson.
that really.
Yeah, I
James.
remember him blasting off of Barney Rubble and doing like double pump, big old Palmer methods off of that. Back in the day, he can blast.
Yeah.
So I would say those guys. Sean Dillard,
Mhm.
Mentioned Dillard. So
Yeah.
95 to 2000, say.
95
Anybody
to-
sticks out in that
Oh.
zone.
and then you got Alistair in the mix
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, I left out Jason Lilly out of there too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Lily.
dude, sorry.
Yeah, he's
Sorry, dude.
super Jedi.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Ripper from way back in the day.
Yeah. Exit Real World.
Yeah, dude. Jesse Graham, Chewy.
Oh yeah.
Great and a great vert
Yeah.
skater.
Yeah.
All right.
Great vert skater.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ripper. And I remember when he was like 15, we used to take him around on the ramps,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just like he'd run longboard, and you could tell he had talent, but he hadn't like quite tapped into it.
Yeah.
And he got really good.
There's speaking of vert and speaking of old school, Joey. What was
Boys and O.
Yeah, what was,
Oh yeah,
what was
Boys
going
and
on
O.
with him back
Yeah,
in the day?
Boys and
Fish
O.
paw and all
Yeah,
that?
yeah, the fish paw stuff. And,
Yeah.
yeah, he's still hanging tough, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Charger,
Mm-hmm.
Ripper skater.
Skating and
Yeah,
Yeah,
drums, the whole
dude.
deal.
Yeah, Ripper drummer.
Yeah.
Like he's a super talented dude.
Mhm.
Definitely
Um,
OG. Gotta give him some.
OG for
Yeah.
sure, dude. Yeah, and I still skate with him and Suddy, and our crew of people, Jay Jasper, and
What was skating like here in the beginning?
pretty dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Except for the ramps from
Backyard ramps.
no from Mount Hood.
Oh.
Oh,
Did they
wow.
put those at the library? Is that where they were?
no, so back before it was developed past Pilot Butte towards Costco, that was all farmland and farms
Okay.
and houses out there. And Joe Beebe, one of our friends that used to live here, he ended up actually, I think he was a production manager for the Foo Fighters, ended up
Wow.
becoming that and touring, doing music and stuff for a long
Mhm.
time. But he lived out there, and they put all the ramps on where he was living on this farm.
Mm.
And then we had I don't remember if they're a vert or close to vert, but there was like 3 ramps, and then they would throw parties out there, and they would invite everybody, and so
Yeah.
all the pros would come to town, and they would have a party out there, and then Chris Jameson's band, Joe Beebe was in there too.
Mm-hmm.
It was called JoJo Beanstalk,
Well,
and they would play,
yeah.
and then people would skate, and it'd be a party, and be a pit, and like
Yeah.
total carnage, and
Total carnage.
yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
JoJo Beans.
yeah. Chris Jameson was a beanstalk because he's like 7 feet high.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There was two Joes in it, Joe Beebe, and then Joe Boisano.
Oh, he's in there too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so JoJo Beanstalk.
Got it. Okay.
But anyways, yeah, we used to have, or they used to have. I used to just go. They used to have epic parties out there, and just classic snowboard crash style parties. When people would show up and come out for contests and stuff, and it was super fun. But it was real mellow scene as far as skating.
Yeah.
Like you had to really go look for stuff.
And this was in the era where, I mean, public parks probably just starting to come around at this point.
There were
Well,
no,
Not
there was
here, but I mean
Yeah.
in general.
And like Burnside. Did you ever go to Burnside?
Yeah, I went. It's the first time I went to Burnside. I want to say it was '93.
Okay.
It was kind of late, like it had already been going for a little bit, but I went
Yeah.
out there, and that was my first exposure to it. And then, yeah, but all the other parks weren't there.
So what about Winter Wave? Did you skate Winter
Oh
Wave?
yeah, I skated Winter Wave. That was a good one.
And that was on the west side.
That's where it was right next to Baldy's in that building.
Oh,
which
okay.
is now
It's like a furniture store
it
now.
was a furniture store, and then it became like a game restaurant place.
Yep.
Around what year was this? Are we talking here?
93 to
Yeah, I want to say '93.
96.
Yeah, and I remember the Birdhouse team came there.
Oh yeah, I've heard all about it.
Yeah,
Tony Hawk.
and Willie Santos had like rolled his ankle and he wasn't skating, and people didn't know that he was just sitting down. They thought he was just sitting,
Just because.
and they were like giving him shit. or
Like,
something.
dude,
that was a rumor, anyways. I don't know.
You've never rolled your ankle. You don't know what it's about.
Yeah,
You're
dude.
done for 2 weeks.
You're done, yeah. But the people are like, skate, like they want to see
Like,
him
I
skate.
can't.
Yeah, he's like, can't do it.
What was after Winter Wave? What was this? I want to say Ponderosa showed up sometime after that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it turned into. I just remember going there, and I remember skating in the indoor park.
Yeah.
I remember watching. So one of my memories from there was Josh Simpson, who doesn't live here anymore. He lives on the coast.
Yeah.
And he had back when he was skating hard, and he had pink grip tape on his board, and he did the biggest ollie late shove it
Oh.
over the pyramid or something.
Yeah.
I had seen live in my face. Like,
Yeah.
it looked like some pro doing it. I remember
Yeah.
like, oh my god, dude, that was like the sickest shit ever.
Right.
But he's out on the coast. He doesn't really even skate anymore.
Mm.
But I remember that vividly. I remember watching a Sweet Pea skate down there.
Yeah.
A couple other people, I can't remember names right now, but yeah, it was a good spot. We used to go down and skate the curb, hang out, shoot the shit with Bill, his brother,
Yeah.
and then just try and
Winter Wave Bill.
Yeah. Try and work deals, try and get boards
Yeah.
for next to nothing if we could.
Yeah. Did you ever? What about Quality Ramp?
Yeah, Quality Ramp. I got to skate that one a couple times.
Uh huh.
And but
What was the snow? It was Quality Snowboards.
It was Quality Snowboards. Yeah. I don't remember exactly where the warehouse was that he had them in, but I remember the ramp.
Yeah.
And I remember watching people skate it, and
Uh-huh.
people were skating it really well.
Mike
actually.
Sanders,
Yeah, Mike Sanders, and then
Dave Subnewski.
Yep.
He was there?
Yeah. It was cool. Like, and then I briefly moved away after that too for a little bit too, so I kind of missed part of that.
Yeah.
Where
Did you ever skate it when it got moved over?
Jimmy and Joy's? No?
Before Jimmy and Joy's, I believe Mike Sanders had it behind the GI Surplus store.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, then that was
Yeah,
where I
I didn't
really
get that
met
one.
those guys. Is I went over there to skate that with Ty Biddle and all those guys. And I met Dave, and then that ramp got moved to Jimmy and Joy's. But so let's talk about Jimmy and Joy's. That was the spot forever.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah, I was actually not. I moved away for a little bit, and
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there when they reset that back up over there.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
They had gaps in steel. I saw.
You had a steel ramp after that, right? That's what
yes,
it was.
they put steel on it.
Yeah. Did you
You're
get?
talking they moved the vert ramp to
The vert ramp went from Quality,
Yeah.
and then it went to Mike Sanders' backyard.
Yeah.
Which in Sanders' yard, it was like a community of different snow bros that lived all around in a circle there. And then after that, it went to Jimmy and Joy's.
and when it went there though, Jimmy and Joy's, they already had the bowls there. Both bowls or one bowl? Or none?
No, there was a half pipe inside of like a tarp.
So the first thing there, real thing there was the
The first real
vert-
thing there
vert
was the
ramp.
vert ramp. There was last time I was there. There's still 1 footer from the. It's like sitting on the. I think it's still there.
Sick.
But and then that thing, I believe Suddy ended up getting the bones of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
Yeah,
one.
I'm pretty sure Suddy
Yeah.
got the bones and a little bit of the steel, and it potentially is still in his yard. But yeah, what do you like? How much skating when you came back? It was Jimmy and Joyce as far as the scene goes.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too. And then when I came back too, I was I wasn't like I had took like a couple years off where I didn't skateboard at all.
Yeah,
I hate to even say that, but
yeah,
I did. It
it's
sucked.
okay.
It sucked. And then it took me three years to get back in the groove.
Mm.
Now I'm kind of back where I was, and I still feel good. And,
Yep.
But yeah, I took a little hiatus,
Hmm.
and then yeah, I missed that when it was out at Jimmy and Joy's. I didn't really go out there. I skated other stuff,
In Central Oregon.
all over,
Oh.
wherever.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, Newburgh,
Newburgh.
one of my favorite
Oh,
parks.
mine too.
It's a top 3,
Yeah.
right up there with Lincoln City.
Hmm.
Shout out to Dreamland for building that.
Old Red. Mark Scott.
So he's gonna. So I heard from my friend Mike Pugh that he's gonna come down and build him a bowl out in La Pine
Oh wow.
soon. Like,
Okay.
like
So
next
Mike-
month it's
Mike-
gonna start.
He told me that too. Actually, I'm not too bummed. It's right down the street from here.
That's
Yeah, and it's gonna be covered.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it'll be winter sessions going on.
Sick.
And then I don't know. He mentioned something about doing an Airbnb and
Yeah.
then having that.
Those are going off these days.
Yeah, so I gotta go do some more DIY free labor for one of my friends down there to
Mhm.
help put that in place.
Dude, it's literally, it's not the Pines, it's right here. Like it's the street right that you drove right by.
Oh,
the
you know
street.
where he lives?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
I
come
didn't-
over here. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
talked
know
about it. Yeah.
He's in here.
He's on the other, like instead of turning right into my, it's
Other
you turn
side.
left and go
Okay.
down.
How far
Oh.
down? How far
It's
down?
pretty far, but I haven't driven to his house, but I've just seen it on the map, and I
Yeah.
know the street's probably like 5 miles down that road.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we
The
go.
Tag road
Yeah.
is deep.
Yeah, it's gonna be
There
good.
we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still not in Bend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm stuck.
Yeah. Well, I might be down here.
So hey, let's give, if we're talking Mike, let's give his Farm Fiend. Give him some props. That's his venture.
Yeah,
Him and
Farm
his buddy,
Fiend,
Farm
yes,
Fiend.
yes,
So give
yeah.
him some props.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Mike Pugh.
Pew Daddy or whatever. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I just met him not too long ago. He's a character. For sure.
Yeah. He was one of the first people I met when I moved here.
It was? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jerry Dunlava. I know there.
Jerry Dunlava, yeah, dude, he was just up here too.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like, yeah, and I hadn't seen, I see Jerry once in a while, but yeah.
Soup Kitchen.
Soup Kitchen, yeah,
that's
dude,
pretty
that's OG for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Go back to snowboarding.
that was around for quite a while. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
That was big all over the snowboard industry. Actually, it made pretty good presence.
Yeah,
Pretty good
yeah.
mark. So what we were talking about skating, so we diverged a little bit. What else can we touch on?
Well, let's see. God, who well, we were talking about. Where were we? We were talking about
Quality Ramp and Jimmy and Joy.
Quality Ramp,
What came
Jimmy
after that?
Joy's. Right after that, yeah.
When was this truck stop? When did truck stop come about?
That was in 2000, and that's where we met. I met Mike in Truck Stop.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people talk about that place.
Yep, that was right now. It's called Hoops. It was the building, and
Hoopty.
yeah, Hoopty. You're right. So the truck stop was like a breeding ground for rippers, like Jake Sullivan,
Jake Sullivan.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Savage.
Yeah. Savage.
Who else? There's Ken Callister.
Kent Callister. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember seeing him down there doing
Yeah.
some stuff too.
I mean, and they're not even just those are a couple of the bigger names that came from the truck stop.
But all kinds of people.
Yep, all kinds of. But
Would Jake probably be the biggest to come out of here? Even though he's not here
in
anymore?
skating?
Yeah.
He'd be one of the
Benji,
best.
but Benji's not originally from here.
Benji's from South Carolina,
Right.
but Benji Galloway. But you know, let's go back because originally the truck stop was Local 50 before, so it was Local 50 first.
That's what it was called.
Yeah, and then it switched ownership, and then and I started working for Local 50 at that place, and then went on to where we met in the truck stop, and I was doing. I want to say that was. I had a Wednesday night gig where Travis Shimada, I was inviting everybody.
Yeah. I used to go there with Travis and go
Yep,
skate. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that.
Another super legend in this area, Travis
Yeah, oh
Shimada.
yeah, Ripper.
Yeah, Super Ripper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We kind of grew up in the same area. Not grew up in the same area. We used to snowboard in the same area,
Yeah.
but we didn't know each other back then. Like I used to go to all the places we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You know, in Tahoe, and I would go to Bear Mountain too.
oh, okay.
Mount Reba.
Yeah.
Homewood, Dodge Ridge,
Mm.
which was, you know, and
Oh,
that's where he used to ride as
Yeah.
well, but I didn't know him back then. Which is where, actually, too, where I got my inspiration to try and do hand plants. So I like to do hand plants.
From
so
Ramada?
No, from riding at Dodge Ridge, and then seeing Chris Roach do one.
Oh,
'Cause I didn't know who he was.
yeah.
Right? I was there, and I'd lost my friends, and I was taking a run by myself. I remember the visibility wasn't
Yeah.
very good, and I was coming down, and I was like, I'm gonna go by the half pipe.
Mm.
I couldn't even ride the half pipe back then. Like my first season,
Yeah.
and I came up and I watched Chris Roach do an Andrecht, and then on an old Sims board with a long ass nose on it, and he just had it all tweaked and bent out and stalled, and for a second, and then
Yeah.
the guy was like flicking, you know, taking pictures,
Yeah.
and his lights blasting, and I was just then that like seared in my brain when I saw it. I was like, oh, I want to do that. And that in the old Sims buckle bindings.
What
Yeah.
about Roach Hit? You ever hit that one?
Where's that?
Bachelor.
Roach Hit? No.
Roach Hit is it's Skyliner cornice off the front.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
Roach
oh,
Hit.
yeah, yeah. I didn't know it was called that, but I
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I don't remember who told me that was Roach Hit. I want to say it was Broken Shoulder Chris Johnson.
Uh huh.
Might have told me that Deschutes Brewery guy.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a hit.
Yeah. Or maybe it was Eric Burdick. Eric Burdick might have been the guy that told me that was Roach Hit because he's the one that spotted me because after a certain point you couldn't just hit that jump
Uh huh.
because it's right there in the front.
Yeah. Would you have to just start?
You
Did you
have to-
ever hike up?
I had to hike up.
Gotcha.
Dude,
That's cool. It's a big hit. No,
Bro,
huge landing on
I
it.
landed in the cornice
Yeah.
off a Roach Hit.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
like he blasted like a hip
Yeah.
and come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you hit that jump.
I've hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some other of the old schoolers too up here too. I was gonna say.
Well, I think it used to go all the way down, so you could hit it almost anywhere on the line. But
Yeah.
the best way to hit it is up the top.
Yeah. I have hit
That's
that. I don't think I've hiked up where you're saying you hiked up the hill.
Mm.
I was just saying that just because I know you can't get speed into it.
You can't get, there's no hitting it. You have to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it this year for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That to Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's another good one.
But what I was gonna say is like it was, you know, back in the day too. I didn't see Chris Roach up here, but I saw Jeff Brushy came
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
He came up a couple times.
Yeah.
Damian Sanders came up, and
Big
then he
name.
has that clip in the toilet bowl hitting one of the wind lips in there a long time
In the
ago.
toilet bowl.
Yeah, doing like a mute grab, all tweaked out with his hard boots.
Sick.
Yeah, I don't remember what video it's in, but I remember.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, Damien's got one in there. That's about it. I don't remember any of the other Burton people coming here, but I'm sure they did. I'm sure Craig Kelly came down. I know Rob Morrow used to come down here.
Well,
quite a bit.
Terje did the Derby one year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terje, I met him. JD, I guess, is like good buddies with him or whatever,
Yeah.
friends.
I imagine so.
I met him in line for the Derby that year.
Yeah.
He was here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
And I'll just tell you a little story here. It's pretty funny.
There we go.
I had to think about whether I should tell it. But anyways, we're standing in line, and he had introduced me to him, and we're talking, and then sunny out, we're waiting to take a run, and then Terje pulls out this silver canister, like an Altoids canister or something, and he drops it. And it happened to be where nobody was talking, everybody's quiet, and you hear it hit the snow, and then everybody looked, and you could see it rolling, and it did a little, and it stopped. And then he reaches down and he picks it up, and everybody's just kind of staring at him. And he's like, "Here, check this out." And like holds it up and just cracks the top off of it. And he has mushrooms and like pre-rolled doobies.
So he was ready.
Oh, some other drugs in there too, right? And he shows it to everybody, like some nuggets of weed. And we're just like, whoa. And then he puts it back and he just smiles and like puts it back in his pocket. And then I find out later,
He's like, let's go to the cave.
Yeah, dude, he likes to trip out, like do some drugs here and there.
Wasn't there really rumors of him at the LBS, like he was frying balls when he did Switch or whatever?
Yeah, I heard that rumor. Yeah, I don't know if it's a rumor. It's probably true. It's probably true.
Especially with that story.
It's probably true. Yeah. But I've heard that same story like a few times.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think it's true.
Yeah. I wish I could have got it like a run with him. That would have been cool. But, you know.
That's awesome. That's a good story right there.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
So who's, I mean, Bachelor's kind of, Ben and Bachelor, there are tons of pro rippers from the area right now. We're just kind of jumping back to snowboarding, but we didn't really touch upon that. Like, what's your take on that? Why do you think that is? Like, I mean, it's crazy.
I have no idea. It was like that before I moved here, and it's like that now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think people just gravitate here, right? It's always had like a Hawaii connection.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Right? And not even just like Lopez or whoever used to come out here. Like the Ho brothers, I think used to come out here, and Sonny Garcia back in the day. But I think it's I don't know. It's the terrain, right?
It's approachable.
He showed me photos, and I saw the terrain on picture, and went, "Wow, that looks cool." And I was like, "I'm gonna give it a shot." And then I guess people hear it from other people, and then people that like to ride, quarter pipes and transitions. That's right. It attracts the surfers. It attracts the skaters. It attracts the snowboarders.
Little everything.
Yeah. So, and then I don't know if the terrain like makes you ride better.
Do you think part of it is the multi-generational aspect of the shredders here now? Like there's so many kids whose parents were shredders of some kind, whether it be skiers or snowboarders and skaters.
Yeah, that's going on for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. I see a lot of that.
Friends' kids that are just killing it now. Yeah. And then, just generation, you just grow up just doing stuff.
Your kids are just gnarly.
They're just good. They're just better, dude. That's just how it is, right? Just like we were better before the people before us. So.
But I mean, with that said, it's like the kids are better in general, but we're not seeing a giant group of pro skaters coming out of this area, but we're seeing a giant group of pro snowboarders.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's something about like...
Yeah.
It can't just be in the water. I mean, it's obviously something to do with the snowboarding here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it all feeds off of each other, right?
It does, but I don't know. Like, it just seems...
There's a lot.
It's weird. It seems lopsided. It's just weird how many...
There's a lot of good skateboarders, too, though.
Yeah, but they don't really...
do anything with it.
I'm not trying to... But,
there's been one.
Yeah.
Sullivan.
Well, I mean, Sullivan, I mean, for as far as getting exposure... But there's a lot of just good skateboarders.
Yeah, in general.
Tons of them, right?
Yeah.
And maybe like a lot of people just don't care either.
They just don't.
They just want to go ride.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It comes into the culture of skating where they're just like, this is the thing we do.
I guess because you kind of can if you want to. Whereas with snowboarding, if you really want to truly embrace it, you need some support if you're not rich.
Yeah.
Kind of to really go out there and you just have your skateboard and go shred anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what though? I like to say this too about snowboarding because people always say it's a rich person sport, and it's getting more and more like that. But like, I've been holding down passes for so long, and I've always just saved money. I never thought about it as a rich person sport. Like I just thought about it as, I just need to get my gear, right? Some stuff will last me a couple of seasons. I'll get my pass, of course, every year, and then maybe a new board, and then I'll just work it. Mm-hmm. That's what I've been doing. I mean, it's.
But you've also, I mean, if we're really going to go to the socioeconomics of it, it's like you also live in an area where it's easy to access snowboarding.
Yeah, 20 minutes from the hill.
But all of a sudden, if you don't live near a hill and but you can hop on your skateboard and go right outside of the concrete, and it's accessible to anybody.
Yeah, I've ridden here without a pass before, and had my friends on the mountain get me on the lift without a pass, so that helped too.
I don't know if you want to talk about this at all, but we actually got going a little long, but. Maybe we'll jump into it if you want to talk about it. But I've heard a few stories that you didn't always get along with the people, the powers that be at the mountain, did you?
No. Yeah, I got my hand smacked a couple of times.
I've heard a few stories.
For sure. Yeah, there's some stories for sure.
don't have to talk about it, but
No.
you're good now.
I'm a pretty outspoken person. People know me. I don't go around looking for trouble, but like I don't like people like messing with me. And then once it started getting messed up here, you know, some words were spoken. I probably said some stuff I shouldn't have said, and yeah, but
It happens.
It happens, and I want to say too, I'm not the only person that got their hand smacked up here.
Right. You're in a good behavior now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we've had our hands slapped here and there, but you tell us a little bit about the good things. Like what has Central Oregon done for you?
Oh man, it was a lifesaver. I want to say, like snowboarding, like it put me right where I needed to be.
Yeah.
Around a lot of nice people,
Yep.
a lot of people that had similar interests with, and then the terrain, right?
Progression.
Progression, but Bachelor just has the best terrain ever.
Yeah.
I haven't ridden anything like it.
Yeah.
Not that I've done a lot of heliboarding in Alaska.
Yeah, right.
But as far as a resort, I mean, it's the best place ever. Like I love it. I love the closeness. I love the wind exposure, the features.
Yeah.
They move around. You never know how it's going to be. It's never going to be the same twice.
Yeah.
Some of the jumps are always there, but some just kind of disappear and they'll come back. A new one will form. It's just been just a great place, and the beauty. I'm never disappointed with the view when I go at the Bachelor.
Right.
Looking over across a broken top.
Yeah.
Or anywhere if you're out there on a sled.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the nicest place ever. It's just so beautiful. And I need that.
We all do.
Yes.
We all do.
Yeah, definitely.
It's our around here. It's our heart.
Oh, it is. It is for sure. Bachelor's like the diamond, right?
Yeah.
You look at it, you're like, it looks like a diamond.
Yeah.
A diamond ring.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Oh.
And it's got all the qualities. So.
Yeah. I mean, the progression in this place, the way the mountain has kind of drawn you in, that's just, it's endless.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, speaking of endless, when you see this ending, what's your plan, your shred plans for the future?
I don't know, man. I didn't think I'd be here this long doing it.
You're doing it.
But I don't know. Like I feel really good still. Like my body's holding up.
Ripping.
I got my broken elbow a couple seasons ago, which sucked.
Yep.
But it healed. And I feel good. I feel like I've lost a lot of weight over the last year or two. And which is I think pretty key for me right now. Like the COVID thing, sitting around, eating pizzas, drinking bourbon, and not exercising. That was not good.
So you're gonna go skate, snowboard until you can't. You're just gonna.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be a lifer for sure.
I mean,
I have no plans. like I'm just like, wow, that'd be cool if I was 70 and I was doing frontside grinds in a pool. That's what I'm gonna strive for.
We don't know. Nobody's gotten to 70 that can do frontside grinds in pools yet. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think anybody. Yeah.
So we don't know if that's like how do we know? Nobody.
I mean, look at all the people now, like the generation before me too. Like, I think it's just going to go way late now. People are going to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then the young kids, that are 20 years younger than me or whatever, like they're going to be doing stuff. And I just want to see it all too. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna try and skate as long as I can. Skate as long as I can.
I got one more question. I mean, I got tons of questions, but do you surf?
So I don't consider myself a surfer.
Okay.
But I have gone, a few times.
Okay.
And I get out there in the ocean, and I'm not really good at it or anything like that. But
I skate.
Yeah, that's primarily it, And I'll go out there and try and get a wave here and there, but I just, my friends do that quite a bit, and they're better at it than I am. So. Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you for being here, and I know I'm relatively new here. Been here about 5 years, but Gabe was pretty much the first shredder that I became friends with, and he started talking about you right off the bat. And I remember the first day I actually met you and got to ride with you. I think we did go out towards Cloud Chaser, and I usually just lock on to somebody who I think is going the right spot, and I did, and that run didn't disappoint. I remember getting out to the Cloud Chaser Get Back, and I remember going, "Damn, Gabe was right. That dude knows where to fucking go." I had a fun ass.
Yeah, I
week.
think I remember that. Yeah.
He is a Mount Bachelor map.
Yeah.
He knows the jumps. If you can keep up with Newcomb and you can find him, ride with him.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I look forward to many more runs with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I want to say too, it was great meeting you, Andy. I think you're really like stand up dude. Like,
Thank you.
and you know, I get along with all skateboarders.
Yeah.
I just want to say
International language.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
It really
Yeah,
is.
If you skate, we got something.
It's-
We got
yeah.
something in common, dude.
That's
Like,
right.
Yeah. So, but
Cool. Well, we're winding down. Any last words, Mike? Anything you want to shout outs?
I mean, I just it's shout out. I would shout out to Mount Bachelor.
Okay.
There we go.
Shout out to all my friends and all the good times I've had. I got a lot of
Yeah.
good memories here, and I'm just stoked and fortunate that I came across this place and I was able to stay here and for the time I have, and I'm super grateful.
Sick. I think
That's
I think
beautiful.
the key word then you keep community. There's a sick shred community here, and that's why Shred Long and Prosper, the Vulcan. That's why it exists, and
That's right.
that's why it's going to this area is going to continue to have a shred pedigree and a shred history.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need
community.
some snow, by the way.
Yeah, let's not even talk about that.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
It always does. It might come a little late.
Yeah,
but
thank you very much for having me. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. That was good talking with you
Yeah.
guys. This was super fun.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll get you back in here. Like, oh, Newcomb at 60, send in JMO.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
let's
Sending
do that.
threes
Yeah.
off of JMO at
Yeah,
60. That's the goal.
Yeah.
All right.
And Gabe, thank you as well for
Yes, sir.
for hosting this. All right, guys, let's move on.
All right.
All right. Thanks,
Sick.
guys.
Yeah, man.
Fun.
Cool.
We're done.
Sweet.
Sick. Yeah, we can definitely get some out of that.
Sick, bro. Nice
Oh,
job.
yeah.
Great job.
Yeah, thanks.
That was sick.
Thank you.